Boom. All right, what's up, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about why I'm extremely bullish on Render token in the moment and do my best to rationalize why I believe this project can easily 10x plus as this subsector of the cryptocurrency market evolves. All right, so let's get into it. We'll quickly go over the rundown of the video, a few tabs that I want to share and discuss with you guys, then we'll dive on in. Okay, so in front of us is Render's website. Of course, if we're talking about price action, talking about the charts, talking about the project, we have to understand what the project is, and who better to explain it than from Render themselves. Okay, so what is the utility? What problem does Render solve? Just read this and then we'll move on to some paragraphs explaining the project itself. So distributed GPU rendering on the blockchain. That may not make sense to many of you. It doesn't make much sense to me, if I'm being completely honest, but as we read through the rest of this website, it will hopefully bring some clarity to what Render does. And it is massive, in my opinion, and the opinion of many people that I respect a lot more than my own opinion, if I'm being honest, believe that this has pretty world-changing and it's just a game changer. Okay, so again, we'll talk more about that as we dive into the website. Of course, after we establish a fundamental understanding of what Render is, again, what is the utility here, we will take a look at Render's chart. Now, the charting on a project like this is really not all that important when it comes to the short term. I am recording this a day in advance, so who knows, with the volatility that this thing's been seeing, it may be completely different. You guys may be watching this a week later, so that's why I will talk about kind of my buy range at this moment in time, but I also want to talk about more my longer term 2022 in the case that everything continues to do well, the cryptocurrency market continues to perform. I think this thing can reach at least, $50-$60 if the traction is caught. The reason for that, okay, $50. Let's do an 8x, okay? Let's do an 8x, $48 from current levels, about $50, right? The reason for that is due to market cap. So we will take a look at coin market cap, Render, and a lot of the crypto market actually seeing a strong correction on this beautiful, actually on this gloomy Sunday afternoon. It's pretty appropriate. But no matter when you guys are watching this, I want to talk about potential price targets to the upside. And the way I like to do that is by talking about market cap. So Render currently has a market cap of $1 billion, rank 216. This thing has so much potential. If Render was to 10x from here and reach a $10 billion market cap, honestly, once you understand what this project is, that seems very light. Okay, so again, I'll do my best to rationalize my thoughts behind valuation, behind just the value of this project. And that's pretty much the breakdown of the video. I want to keep it short and sweet for you guys. Of course, we'll talk more about this in the future in the case that it continues to perform in the way I believe it will. But before we dive into that, you guys, if you're stoked about Render, if you are holding a bag of Render, please give the video a like. Let me know in the comments down below if you caught the wave early. And please subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 50,000 subscribers. Been working on it, obviously, since I started this channel, but would love to check that box off the list. Again, means a lot if you guys are subscribed. If not, what are you doing? Also, I do want to read through this bad boy. I literally just sent this out. Recorded the Sunday Stock Watch back to back with this one. So I sent this out before recording the Sunday Stock Watch. But this is my brief take on Render via the email newsletter to the portfolio newsletter subscription. Okay, so let's read through this and dive in. What's up, team? Currently establishing a solid position in a Render token on the little pullback we're currently seeing. Still happening. Probably going to pick some up right after I sign off this video, if I'm being completely honest. I picked up 1,000 about a week ago after Chamath Palihapitiya mentioned it in the All In podcast. With a cosign like that, I didn't even need to do any diligence to feel comfortable establishing a small position. Unfortunately, I felt it wasn't significant enough to tell you guys. My apologies, you guys, for real. At this point, I wish I did, and I also wish I grabbed more. I should have bagged up harder when I had the feeling. I think it was high twos when I ended up picking it up. I definitely recommend listening to that episode of All In if you have the time, at least the segment where they talk about crypto. So I do have this right here, you guys. It is All In, episode 55, Value in Crypto Projects. I'm not sure exactly where in the video they talk about it, but they timestamp it so you can find it. Definitely recommend listening to a bunch of billionaires, highly successful PayPal Mafia, SPAC King, VC God, talk about this stuff because they, again, people I respect more, at least in terms of opinions, than myself, okay? They're veterans. They know what they're talking about. If you want to watch it now, go watch it now. Better than me, honestly, but appreciate it if you watch it after and continue watching this video, okay? Anyway, that's that. This project is shaping up to be the AWS, Amazon Web Services of the cryptoverse, Web 3.0, which means it has ridiculous scaling potential. If you guys know, Amazon Web Services is one of the most, if not the most, depending on the time of year, lucrative aspect of Amazon's entire business model. Amazon, multi-trillion-dollar company, right? $2 trillion company, pretty much. The fact that this is potentially the next iteration of Amazon Web Services and it has a $1 billion market cap is absolutely insane, okay? It's quick math. You need 1,000 billions to make 1 trillion. Just throw that out there right now, okay? And again, this is Web3. This is global. This is not just an American-based company. This is a global, borderless, democratized project. It's a DAO. It's a decentralized autonomous organization, which means that there's no borders. It's infinitely scalable, at least up to human potential, and that's just, to me, that's insane, okay? So it's currently only ranked 214 on market cap. Even when I sent this out, it's seeing quite the correction, and again, presenting quite the opportunity, which is why I'm excited to go convert more ETH into it. But again, $1.2 billion valuation. This thing can easily 10x as the project picks up steam. Their team and board of advisors is also extremely impressive. Cherry on top, never just bet on the horse, bet on the jockey as well. I will be making a solo analysis in the near future, right now, super near future, but for now, I encourage you to go do some DD for yourself. And the same applies, you guys. Always go on to look more into this for yourself. We'll only spend a couple of minutes catching up on what this does, reading the homepage highlights, because for the purpose of this analysis, I feel that's all that's necessary. But you guys, if you're putting a meaningful amount of capital into this project, especially after it's seen a significant rally like it has over the past week or so, just stay on your toes, be safe, and make sure you really know what you're investing. Make sure you really know what you're investing in. Just saw this rendering the metaverse. Great tagline. Okay, so as always, you guys, I am just kind of backlogging this video. If you are watching this on Monday, I am gone for the week. If you guys want to know exactly when I'll be picking up render, if you guys want more updates on render over the course of this week, just gone for Thanksgiving. But if you guys want that, if you want a complete breakdown of not only render, you want to know what my personal portfolio looks like to a T, exactly every call option, crypto position, stock position in my entire personal portfolio, that I do update every trading day with the trades that I made that day, along with an email newsletter that looks just like this, but with a bunch of charts and rationalizations of my trades. That's going to be the first link down below. $15 a month, $40 for every 3 months. I think it's a freaking deal. I'm biased, but I do work really hard on it, and I seriously think 50 cents per newsletter is super worth it. Okay, so anyway, you guys, means a lot if you check that out. Once again, first link down below. But if not, no worries at all. I appreciate you watching right now. Okay, so Render Network. Again, let's take a look at what Render is, about the Render Network. The Render Network is a leading provider of decentralized GPU-based rendering solutions, revolutionizing the digital creation process. Why Render on the Render Network? Because the future is being built today, and hardware limitations should not be what keeps us from being a part of the new digital renaissance. Render puts the power of GPU rendering at your fingertips at a fraction of the cost and speed of in-house rendering. Founded in 2016 by Jules Urbach, CEO of Otoy, Render is the next step in his dreams of the open metaverse. With headquarters in Los Angeles, CEA, and a team based around the globe, the Render Network and those behind it have been growing from strength to strength in the years since its establishment. This is the man himself. Introduction. Our vision is to democratize GPU cloud rendering. The Render Network creates a much more efficient, powerful, and widely scalable rendering network. Highly encourage you guys to go watch this video if you are thinking about investing. Okay. The Render Network is designed to connect users looking to perform render jobs with people who have idle GPUs to process the render. So this is kind of the intricacies of this how they execute on this. Okay, so owners would connect their GPUs to the Render Network in order to receive and complete rendering jobs using Octane Render. Users would send RNDR to the individual performing the render work, and Otoy would receive a small percentage of render for facilitating the transaction and running the Render Network. Once they've registered their idle GPUs on the Render Network, these GPU owners become node operators and are able to earn render tokens. They do this by accepting jobs from users in need of rendering work, known as creators, who send their files to the Render Network, where they're assigned operators. Render receives a small percentage of the render paid out in order to maintain the network and facilitate a transaction. So pretty classic crypto stuff here you guys. And that's that. Again, go take a look at this. I encourage you guys to look over this for yourself, read the white paper, do all that good stuff, because this is such a promising project. And again, as I said in this newsletter right here, boom, cherry on top. Never just bet on the horse, bet on the jockey as well. Okay, so Render, bet on the team. The team, competent founder. This is huge, you guys. The people who are advisors, okay? The team, Ari Emanuel, co-founder, co-CEO of WME, one of the most powerful agencies in Hollywood. This is like that. you want to face for Hollywood, it's Ari Emanuel. Okay, J.J. Abrams, powerful director. Brandon Ike, founder, CEO of Brave, like a Brave browser. That's insane. He's obviously technologically competent. You got Beeple, the king of NFTs, sold the most, pretty much the most. I mean, this guy is going to be the Da Vinci of Web3. Got a few other people in here. I mean, just Cortec at Sia Coin and stuff. Like, very, very strong team. Okay, and the fact that this token is only the market cap of this entire project and the tokens involved. And again, you guys, it's not just the company. It's not like valuing a company. It's valuing the entire network. It's valuing the entire ecosystem. And that's why, like, looking at the price targets right now, we'll just close it out on CoinMarketCap so I can justify longer term valuation prospects. But short term, you guys, I'm pumped. Once again, literally right after I stop this, I'm gonna hop into pick up some more render for my personal position because it's in my buy range. And as long as it's in this range from about $5 to like $6.35 in this range right here, because I cannot imagine us going lower with the volume we're seeing, like insane volume. Like if you see this volume that we've seen since this episode of All In, because obviously Chamath kind of instigated a big run up here, which makes perfect sense. And again, this is like the next AWS from an actual, like, the metaverse is cool. I love the metaverse. You guys know Mana, Sand, very, very strong plays and very easy to understand plays from kind of a retail investor perspective. But when you're talking about VCs, when you're talking about venture capitalists, angels, large institutions, large capital allocators, they're looking for the next Amazon Web Services, okay? For the next Snowflake, for these next cloud computing, for the cloud computing giants of Web3. And that's what Render is at this moment in time. And again, if Chamath is putting his money in this, I trust the DD he's done over pretty much anyone else because he's a master. Again, he's a master of his craft. He's a master of investing in early stage markets. And the fact that this is his horse in the race, looking at the team they have, is like the most competent and like integrated, culturally relevant, while competent team that I've seen in a cryptocurrency project. And I'm going to go pick more of this up right now. So 10x, you guys. Again, 10x to get to a $10 billion valuation. I'm not sure exactly what AWS is valued at in terms of a company. But again, that's just AWS. That's like a company. When you value that, it's different than valuing the entire ecosystem because it's all run on RNDR. Okay, on the Render token, you need that token to run the entire ecosystem. So that makes it increasingly more valuable and like exponentially more valuable than just valuing a company is when you're buying the currency and the fuel that operates that web of what is going to be, again, this rendering. Okay, so Render token, I mean, when is it going to 10x? I don't know. It's down 20% in the past 24 hours. Am I going to buy some? Yes. Am I buying the dip? Yes. Am I buying the rip? Yes. Let me know in the comments down below if you are excited about where this thing can go. Let me know your thoughts on kind of the future of this subsector, once again, of the cryptocurrency market. And yeah, I'm just excited to see this project evolve and what this freaking thing can do in terms of price action. Okay, so again, look forward to talking to you guys downstairs in the comments, hear you guys' insight on this new and exciting project. And again, if you guys want to know not only how I'm trading Render, when I'm going to take profits, when I'm adding more, literally what the rest of my entire personal portfolio looks like, first link down below. Means a lot if you guys check it out once again. Again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate you watching this far. I'll see you downstairs in the comments. And happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace, fam.